Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we need to gather 50% of our surface deployed seismic sensor science on the moon. So to do that, let's go ahead and create a bespoke craft. This is going to be a bit of Kerbal R&D program, but that's okay. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create an unmanned craft. Probably with a remote guidance system, is my guess. Yeah, we'll use this guy. And then this thing is designed to crash into the surface of the moon as many times as possible, if that makes any sense. So what we would do is we would have a system where we would have something like a T400 up here, and then we'd have quad-coupled twitch engines like this, as if we were making a lander, but this is not a lander, this is a crasher. So it would look like that, and then we'd just put like a nose cone up top. I mean, realistically, we'd want to put probably a decoupler on there, a TD12, so we can ditch the weight later on. But then we'd need aerodynamics, nose cone. Where's the nose cone I'm looking for? Here's the nose cone I'm looking for. Okay, so we'd have something like this as our core. And then I want something light. Something that we can crash into the surface a bunch of times. And here's what I'm thinking. We do a modular girder segment here. And we do another one. And then we take a decoupler radially, like this, and we slap them on. Not at all like that. A bit more like that. But that's still not exactly where I want them. I want them placed a bit more centered. Is that centered? Yeah, that's centered-ish. Okay, so we place them kind of like this. And then, the idea is we just mount on here octagonal struts. Like this. Okay, so that's the first round there. This is going to be a lot of stages, by the way. And then we need our smallest and cheapest decoupler, which I believe is a TD06, which will be perfect. And then all we do is we go back to structural, octagonal strut, and we're just going to be dropping these things. Now, I'm going to duplicate this a few times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8. Now, obviously we don't want these to be going off like this. What we want is, for now, let's go ahead and do a launch stability like this. So it will be well off the ground and we can test that this is all going to be working according to plan. And we're going to want to put this up here. And then we're going to want to put... No. Don't do that. We're going to want to put each one of these into its own stage, which is going to be exciting. And I'm hoping that these are going to be in order, but I'll check the staging after. Okay, like that. And then like that. And then what is this decoupler? Is this the nose cone? This is the nose cone. We'll stick that up here for now. And then those decouplers, yep. And there is no decoupler here. This is then just intended to crash in if necessary. And it probably will crash in. So let's go ahead and launch this for now. This is, of course, Kerbal R&D program. And our mission is to just crash as many different objects into the moon near our seismometer as possible. So this is just a quick test to demonstrate, and we're going to be bombing the landing pad, but we are going to be reverting this. So that's just to be clear. I mean, that was the intended effect, but not quite like that. Let's go back to the vehicle assembly building. And, yeah. We need to have this up here. I did not mean to click leave, I meant to click launch, but we'll hop back in the VAB. And then click launch. Okay. So, our mission is now to bomb the landing pad as much as we can. And I'm trying to find out a couple of specific things. In particular, what happens if we launch this one? What happens if we detach this one while these are attached to them? These are some interesting things we're going to find out, actually, and I don't, strictly speaking, know. Okay. Excellent. Oh, those didn't blow up. Okay. Well, they'll have additional speed because they'll be going from higher. But let's find out what happens here. This is where it starts to get interesting. Fair enough. What about one more? Okay. The launch stability towers are attached here. But the next one that we do is going to detach these. So we should start falling. That was actually a really nice bounce. And that was a really successful test, too. Now I'm just going to go blow it up. Perfect. That was a 100% successful test, even though everything blew up. That is, in fact, the goal here. So I'm going to revert that back to the VAB, and we've learned a couple of important things. One, this is fine. And it's also super light and cheap. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to take this up to 10, but we want to be quad-coupled on the symmetry. There we go. So that's 9 and 10. And then let's go ahead and put in a bit of a maneuvering stage here. I'm going to put in a decoupler here. And this is going to need to be, like, marked in some way. That is way too big. TD12 is what I'm looking for. Okay. This is going to need to be marked in some way, this particular decoupler. Okay, that's in this stage. That's fine. Realistically, we probably want this stage down here. We're going to have to work on the staging. There's no doubt about that. But let's go ahead and put in a bit of a maneuvering stage. And we'll put in a T800 tank here. No, not a Jumbo 64. I want a T800. Like this. And then we'll put a just a little poodle on there. Well, not a poodle, technically. Poodles are too big. But we are going for the terrier. There we go. So there's a maneuvering stage. Now, I don't think we need a third stage for this thing beyond this, so I think we're fine there. So let's go ahead and put in a TD12 decoupler. Like so. And this is going to need some major stage checking. But let's go ahead and bring these down to roughly the same height as the T800. About like that. And then I'm going to want to strut these together, for sure. So strut them like that. And we'll also strut them up top, so that hopefully they don't waggle around too much. Do we strut the whole thing into the engine here? I think we do. Like right here-ish. Now that is going to get detached partway through, but by that point I think we'll have already detached this stage. So that should be fine. And then let's head into structural and get ourselves a Rockamax brand adapter. And we're just going to put in a big orange tank, which is actually not going to be orange. It'll be black and white. Can we get a second? Do we want a second big orange tank? Like, you have plenty of Delta V, right? This will get us in orbit over the moon, no problem, with a mainsail. Like, what's our thrust to weight here on this thing? 3.22. Yeah, we've got plenty of thrust to weight here. This will definitely get us there. It's not going to be pretty. We don't need the launch stability towers at this point. That can save us a little money. But all of this, the point is to just impact, which is exciting. So the mainsail is going to need to be down here. Now, what are these guys? No. No, we do not want them detaching there. So we fire the mainsail, and then we detach the mainsail, which would be this decoupler here. But that is in a different stage entirely, this Terrier engine is, isn't it? Yeah, the Terrier is here. We'll move these guys up here for now, and we'll deal with those later. Same with these decouplers, we'll move these just into the giant stage 6. And then this decoupler right here, this is the guy we want. So then we decouple that, go into our maneuvering stage. Then we want to drop our maneuvering stage, which is just this decoupler. So we drop our maneuvering stage. And then at that point, we want to fire our regular engines. Like that. Our, like, spacecraft engines. So, then we just drop all of these guys in separate stages, ascending all the way up. Which it looks like they are currently in the proper order. Ish. Not this guy. Okay, we'll just do that for now. And we'll need to put in 1,000,000 stages here. So, that's the correct stage for that. That for that. What is this decoupler? That's the nose cone. The nose cone should probably detach at about the same time our maneuvering stage fires. And then 1, 2, 3. That looks good. I'm just going to put these in and then check the order later. And then we can tweak the order if necessary. This is kind of insane. So many stages. And none of them actually do anything. They're just all intended to crash. I love it. Okay. Okay, there we go. I think we're good-ish. So let's check this staging. So we've got our mainsail fires, and then our mainsail and nose cone detach, and our Terrier fires, and then our Terrier detaches, and our twitches fire. And we've got good avenues for the twitches, so that should be fine. And then we just need to check all of these stages. That looks good. Yep. 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 So far, so good. Up to stage 7, we are completely fine. So, stage 7. Stage 6 needs to be moved substantially up. So 7. The new stage 6 is now correct. Stage 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then those detach. Okay. It looks like we're good. I'm going to save this as the Crasher 9000. There we go. And it's pretty much time to send this thing, whatever you call this, to the moon. We're gathering seismic data, guys. That's the point. Oh, this is awful. I love it. I love everything about this. Now, we should have plenty of DV to get there, realistically. And yeah, this should work fine. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to take this thing to the moon. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.